Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, Force here, and today we'll be talking about The Elder Scrolls Online. The first major batch of information on the game was released today, and we'll be going over all of those details here in this video. The Elder Scrolls Online started development back in 2007 and is being worked on by ZeniMax Online Studios, which was specifically created to build this game. The Elder Scrolls Online uses many MMO standards such as classes, experience points, and other traditional progression mechanics, but they are trying to present it in the Elder Scrolls spirit. ZeniMax said it needs to be comfortable for people who are coming in from a typical massive multiplayer game that has the same control mechanisms, but it also has to appeal to Skyrim players. The game features most of Tamriel, including Skyrim, Morrowind, Somerset Isle, and elsewhere. Hitting the level cap is expected to take roughly 120 hours, and it is also noted that the game is going to be fully voice acted. They are looking to recreate the freedom that Elder Scrolls players expect within the World of Warcraft style mechanics ZeniMax Online is using for the game. As a result, they will have to change how players interact with the world, and as such, the game will not have quest hubs, meaning that you won't need to pick up specific quests, but if you, for example, kill all of the necromancers in an undead burrow, then a shade you free at the end will reward you. Mounts will exist in the game, however flying mounts will not. Fast travel will also be available via way shrines, which are also used as your resurrection points. There will be 3 player factions in the game: the Ebonheart Pact, which includes the Nords, Dunmer, and Argonians, the Aldmeri Dominion, which includes the Altmir, Bolsmir, and Khajiit, and the Daggerfall Covenant, which includes the Bretons, Redguard, and Orcs. Each faction will have their own specific leveling content to make for a unique experience depending on who you play with. The game features 3 faction PvP where you fight to take over the keeps. At the high end, you can have up to 100 vs 100 battles. There will also be farms and mines which you can take over to gain specific bonuses. Lots of this will be happening in Cyrodiil, where your goal is to take over and hold the Imperial City to get a faction-wide bonus. Which should be familiar for those of you who played Dark Age of Camelot. This is going to be an entire massive zone dedicated to PvP. Whenever you take over the capital, the most accomplished PvP player on your faction will become the Emperor. For PvE, the game will have raids and heroic modes for its dungeons as endgame content in addition to faction PvP. The public dungeons in the game will not be instants, meaning that any number of people on your server can be in them. The Elder Scrolls Online will be played from a third-person perspective and is going to be using a hotbar to activate skills like traditional MMOs. There will be a limited number of skills that you can use at any given time, however you are able to change them once you are out of combat. The skill distribution should be working as follows. There will be a light and heavy attack with your current weapon, which will take the first 2 attack slots. There will also be a few spells related specifically to your class, and then lastly, everyone will have an ultimate ability. The ultimate is used once you have gained enough finesse, which is gained in combat. The combat is going to be based around a stamina bar as well, with which you can sprint, block, interrupt, and break incapacitating effects. Blocking is the primary focus of these abilities, and you can do things like stopping the secondary effects of attacks, such as ice spells slowing you. Stamina also applies to PvP, so stamina management and wearing down your enemy stamina is important. ZeniMax hopes that having a stamina bar will break down the Holy Trinity, as stamina allows you to do things such as tank. Alright my friends, thank you so much for watching this overview video for The Elder Scrolls Online. This is a really exciting time in a game that I am very much so looking forward to. We should expect to get more and more information as we close in on the game's 2013 release. Thanks so much for watching. If you like the content, be sure to subscribe. Thanks again guys, keep watching and keep owning.